Good morning. Before we call the meeting to order, we have some announcements that need to be made. Mark Kranenberg will make those announcements and then we'll begin the meeting. So Mark, if you would please, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, everyone. I'm Mark Kranenberg, Airports Director for the City of Oklahoma City. And as such, I also serve as General Manager for the Oklahoma City Airport Trust. I want to thank and welcome everyone for this video conference for this special edition of the Oklahoma City Airport Trust meeting. The meeting identification and participant identification for this Zoom meeting has been verified, and I do have a few announcements I'd like to make regarding the meeting this morning. If this video conference is disconnected at any time during the meeting, then we will stop the meeting and we'll try to reconvene to restore the connection. If the communications are unable to be restored within 30 minutes, then any items remaining for consideration will be continued to later today at 3 p.m. The agenda and the documents are located on okc.gov. Anyone wishing to speak about an agenda item, public hearing, or speak under citizens to be heard, we ask that they call area code 405-316-3202, or they may text area code 405-508-9278. We ask that you provide your name, phone number, the item number, and the reason you wish to comment. If you call in after your item has already been heard, you'll be allowed to speak under citizens to be heard, a maximum of 3 minutes to comment. I'll ask that all the participants except the trustees keep their phones on mute until they are recognized to speak. Trustees, of course, are allowed to ask questions or comment at any time during the meeting. With that, Mr. Chairman, I believe we're ready to call the meeting to order.
Thank you, Mark. Let's call the March 3rd, 2021 meeting of the Oklahoma City Airport Trust to order. The first item on our agenda is to approve the minutes of the January 28th, 2021 Oklahoma City Airport Trust meeting. We have a motion. Do we have a second? Second. Please cast your votes.
Mr. Chairman, I'm not seeing a vote screen come up, so I do vote in favor.
Nor do I.
I am having the same experience, so I vote in favor as well.
All right, so
in favor. Do we have any other voting in favor? There we go. And the minutes are approved. Next on our agenda is a director's report. Mark, if you would please, sir.
Just one item this morning, Mr. Chairman. I know it's been a couple of weeks and it's slightly dated, but I just want to comment on the efforts of the airport maintenance team for the efforts to keep the airport open during the last significant snow and weather event that we had. It's not often we get that much snow falling at that rate for that long of a period of time. And often when you have the winds that were so high as they were, excuse me, we often get what's called whiteout conditions, and simply our guys can't even see the fronts of the vehicles that they're driving. But they did a great job clearing all the runways and taxiways and keeping the airport open. We've had to close it down at some times for that for significant storms, but they did a great job, and just wanted to comment on that. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Please pass along the trustees' gratitude to those who did the work and were out there in that inclement weather. Without them, we wouldn't have an airport, and we sure appreciate their extra efforts.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
That's all, sir.
Thank you, Mark. With that being done, then the next item on our agenda is the Will Rogers World Airport Report.
Thank you. Under Will Rogers, I'm asking approval for item A, which is to accept the completed project to acquire the airfield lighting emergency generator project with Libra Electric Company. We're also putting the maintenance bond into effect. Item B is to approve amendment number 1 to the contract with W.L. McNatt and Company. This is for the project to construct an aircraft lavatory waste disposal facility. We're increasing the amendment by $348, and we're also approving change order number 1. It's an increase of $44,024.09, and we're adding 8 calendar days. Item C is approve the change order number 3 to the contract with Shiloh Enterprises for the Hangar 8 heating system replacement project at Mike Monroney Aeronautical Center. It's an increase of $9,385.92 and adding 35 days. Item D is approved change order number 5 to the contract with Wind Construction Company. They're doing the project to do the reconstruction of Station 2 and the replacement of moving walkways 18 and 25 in the pedestrian tunnel. It's an increase of $99,781.95 and adding 92 calendar days. Item E is receive the consultant review committee report for the fire sprinkler system project at the logistics support facility on Mike Monroney's campus. Authorized negotiation of an agreement with Frankfurt Shore Bruza Associates. Item F is adopt the resolution authorizing the sole source purchase and the installation of flight information display system hardware from Infax Incorporated. It's in the estimated amount of $287,868. Item G is adopt the resolution authorizing the purchase and installation of closed circuit television system hardware from Presidio Network Solutions. We're utilizing the city contract for this. It's an estimated amount of $721,579.40. And item H is approved change order number 23 with the construction contract with Timberlake Construction Company for the terminal renovation and expansion Phase 3 project. It's an increase of $492,675.88. Those are all the items under Will Rogers, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mark. Are there any comments or questions from the trustees? Hearing none, I'll accept a motion to approve and to second the Will Rogers report. Please cast your votes.
Vote in favor.
Chairman, how do you wish to vote?
The chairman will vote in favor, and he'll vote electronically. And it passes. Next up on our agenda are to receive the reports in general. Mark, if you would please, sir.
Yes, sir. We have 3 items under general. Item A is to receive the delinquent accounts receivable report, the construction project status report, and the budget to actual report. Item B is to approve the facility maintenance engineering services agreement with C.H. Guernsey and Company. And item C is to approve amendment number 3 to the facilities maintenance engineering services agreement with Frankfurt Shore Bruza Associates. Request approval for those items.
Thank you, Mark. You've heard the request for approval. Any comments or questions from the trustees? Hearing none, we'll accept the vote in a second. The chairman will vote yes.
I vote yes.
I need somebody to set. Okay, perfect.
Thank you. And the item passes. Next on our agenda is lease and other agreements.
Request approval for item A to approve the assumption agreement and use guarantee for the conveyance of PWA T-Hanger Unit 404 and 405 from Kevin and Jamie Whitman Family Trust to Allied Asset Management LLC, effective today at Wiley Post Airport. Item B is approve the lease agreement with Delmar Burke for an individual aircraft hangar site for the storage of privately owned aircraft for a 5-year period at Clarence E. Page Airport. Item C is approving a lease agreement with Don and Gail Laughlin for an individual aircraft hangar site for the storage of a privately owned aircraft for a 5-year period, also at Clarence E. Page Airport. Item D is approving the easement agreement for Oklahoma Gas and Electric Company to provide electric services for the Oklahoma City Public Property Authority on Will Rogers World Airport. And last, Mr. Chairman, item E is to approve amendment number 5 to the management contract with First Transit Incorporated. We are exercising the third 1-year option renew for their contract for the management of the shuttle bus operations and maintenance services to support the consolidated rental car facility. It's an annual budget of $1,514,793, and it began on March 1st. And this is at Will Rogers World Airport. Request approval for these leases and other agreements.
Thank you, Mark. You've heard the request for approval for the leases and other agreements. Are there any questions or comments from the trustees? Seeing none, please cast your votes and your second. We have a second.
Vote in favor.
We have another in favor. The chairman's in favor. And the votes are in. The item passes. Thank you all. Next up is the resolution for the Director of Airports approving the items dated February 25th, 2021, and the resolution for the requisitions dated the same date.
Actually, these are requisitions, Mr. Chairman, for March 3rd, and we do request approval for the requisitions. Thank you.
Any comments or questions for trustee? We have a motion and a second. Please
Vote in
cast your
favor.
votes. We have in favor. Chairman's in favor. And the votes are in and the item passes. That concludes the items on the agenda. We have an opportunity now, comments from the trustees. Any trustee wishing to make a comment?
Mr. Chairman, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The only thing that I would add is just echoing what you had said previously about thanking our employees for their great work. And we had so many employees that were out in that weather and dealing with so many challenges that we, literally never faced before. And I really appreciate all their work and their dedication and the way that they come in and do their jobs every single day. And so I really do appreciate that. Mark, I appreciate you and your team and your leadership in this. It was really handled well at the airport. I think things went really well, and I do appreciate that. So thank you all.
Thank you, Mayor. Oh, no, that was the city manager. Thank you, Mr. Manager. Seeing no other comments from trustees, any comments from the staff?
Just one from myself, Mr. Chairman. I just appreciate the time and flexibility for the trustees to accommodate this special meeting. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Any other comments from trustees? Seeing none, are there any citizens wishing to be heard? Again, hearing or seeing none, that concludes our business. We are adjourned. Thank you for attending.
Thank you all.
Thank you.